I undercooked my food and I had to cook it again. So it took more than expected. Alright, you guys say it's the good one, huh? You say it's the good one. I'm gonna see how good the good one it is. Let me take this keyboard away, this gamepad. Let me put this gamepad away, because I know I ain't gonna be no gameplay in this game. Hashtag visual novel. How are you, Nexus? How are you, IA, if you're still here? What am I? Limited access. Nice. Hello there, Nexus. C. Hello, Road Jack. Reading node. I have arrived. Welcome. This one is good. Second part is really dark. Yeah, as dark as Silent Hill F, bro? I don't think so. Earth, 2 hours after Cerberus' mission is abruptly terminated. We're still in the past. Canines prefer to move in packs. Once separated, their survivability and strength are greatly diminished. Right now, Corona is treating Cerberus as if they are real dogs. Worried that they would make a mess together or collude with one another, Corona has separated the 3 Cerberus members for interrogation after setting up the quarantine zone. It's been so long since I seen you here, Nexus. Yeah, he had to come back for PGR, bro. It's the game. The game. Crossing her arms, Vera does not change her response regardless of how the interrogator questions her. Meow to you too, IA. One more step completed working on my project. I can't wait to finish with all the bloody math parts. I hate math. Good luck with that, Nexus. Oh, this is a Corona guy, huh? Supposedly. I told you, we don't know who our mindless attacker is. It called itself Voodoo, and it kept mumbling about a guy named Vonnegut. It first attacked the Ascendant Roland before coming after us. That's all I got. Ask me however you want, but that's all I can tell you. What else are you expecting? A lecture on his behavior pattern? How the hell would I know what the punishing virus has done to it? Based on the mission logs, you had disengaged the remote connection for a time not long after the mission began. Your tracks deviated from your planned route quite extensively afterward. Huh. Vera sneers. Planned route? What on earth is that? Our mission was to investigate what appeared to be Luna's mind activities and locate her. If there was a planned route, why the hell would we need to locate her? Vera narrows her eyes. Cerberus accepted your assignment due to the Chief Commander's order, but that window closes when the mission ends. Now that you've terminated our mission, our mission has ended, so you have no authority over us anymore, given the terms of our agreement. We don't even have to sit here and get grilled by you. Understand this. We're staying here listening to your macho crap because we're in a good mood, not because we're afraid. I know your type, so don't think for a second that your scare tactics will work on us. I like this OST, it's my lobby till chapter 31. I was around but silent because I was doing something else. Yeah, man was working, man. The hostility in her voice has all the Corona soldiers raise their weapons. The red-haired construct stands amidst them proudly like a rose above its thorns. She has shown no sign of aggression. Her fingertips have not even moved an inch toward the hilt by her waist. Still, the threat she poses just standing there can nonetheless make one shiver with fear. The redhead dead. The redhead deaf. Someone whispers. Vera tilts her head toward whoever muttered her old nickname. She grins from ear to ear almost in a teasing way. Ha! I haven't heard that name in a very long time. How nostalgic. Vera raises her hand and all the soldiers hold their breath just from this one simple motion. Everyone is expecting her to draw her sword, but she does not. Instead, she slides a finger across her neck in front of the soldiers tauntingly. Do you want me to cut you down? Her tone is cold, unlike her expression. The Corona constructs interrogating her take a look at each other. This conversation is going nowhere. Continuing any further will only fan the flame. A Corona soldier in charge steps forward. We have a grasp on the situation, more or less. A transport craft will pick you up soon. You'll have to make a detailed report back on Babylonia. Speaking of OST, it's time for video game music of the day. PGR is still my favorite OST, I really like it. Started grinding 9 more days till my birthday. I'm changing my prefix, so stuff got a bit real. You're doing what? Changing your prefix? What do you mean, Nexus? Oh, you're going to gym? Well, that's nice. I want to see my team. Our report shows that a member of your team, designation BPH22, has shown abnormal fluctuations in her mind during the operation. This might be connected to the hostile force's abilities. 22. I'm 30, I'm 30 soon too. In 9 days? Well, happy early birthday, man. We'll need to quarantine her in isolation and inspect her frame. Before we can confirm she is stable, we cannot end our observation in case something goes wrong. Given that all 3 of you have come into contact with a new enemy type, we cannot eliminate the possibility that you are all potential risks. Each of you will be retrieved separately, and you will regain your freedom after we make sure everything checks out. Right, as he finishes speaking, a blade that cuts metal like butter has already slid across his cheek. No one can react in time. The female construct is so fast that no one caught the moment she drew her blade, and despite being a support type construct, her movement is as swift as an attacker. I'm changing the prefix from 2 to 3. I don't see any prefix, bro. I see CG Nexus only. In your nickname, that is. I should do the same. My income is becoming stable, so I should do some workouts before I'm 30. Yeah, be prepared, guys. I heard it's rough. By the time vital fluid drips down the soldier's cheeks to his shoulder, the Corona constructs around Vera aim their guns at her as if they have just been snapped awake. With their fingers on the triggers, they are prepared to fire. Vera's blade does not shift a bit. As I've mentioned, don't attempt to treat us the way you treat Grey Raven. No one understands you more than I do. Your bogus claims might work on those birdies, but you aren't fooling me. I know what you're planning. Lower your weapon, BPN-13. I repeat, lower your weapon, BPN-13. Unfazed, Vera just stares at him. At the same time, number 21's beast-like growl can be heard dozens of feet away from them on the other end of the quarantine zone. I want to see my captain. Do not come near me. Her growls spread to Vera's end sporadically. It is then followed by loud clashes and Noctis's yelling immediately afterward. Hey, I have no idea what any of your words mean. I said I wanted to see my boss. Do you hear me? Oh, you're trying to stop me, is that it? Seems that Corona has given her teammates the same speech. Vera's furrowed brows relax. Vera turns out to be the calmest one of them all. This thought makes her chuckle. But then, a voice in her ear stops her from smiling. This is not a voice her audio module picks up from the surroundings. This is a message directly transmitted to her audio-visual module. Whoa. This is the map. Encrypted channel connection identification confirmed. Mission ID 961211. Data transmitted to Construct BPN-13's databank. Your location. Destination. 5 kilometers away. Good luck is your workouts. In your workouts. Valics doesn't get it. I'm 29, I will be 30, so the prefix or first number in my age is changing from 2 to 3. I mean, in your age, yeah, well, happens to all of us, no? People who are prefix 10 are built different. Prefix... I never heard it like spoken in that way. I'm confused. I am confusion. Two sets of coordinates appear on Vera's visual module. One of them points to a location fairly far away, while the other is less than 5 kilometers away from where she is. A field not far away from the outskirts of the town. As the captain of the task force directly under the chief commander, Vera has an encrypted communication channel with Nicola, who owns the only key. Hounds are tools that help the hunter hunt. She needs not ask nor think. Her only duty when an objective arrives is to make haste to the destination, retrieve the object, and bring it back to the target location. This is an order only she can hear, coordinates only she can see, a solo mission for Vera and Vera only. She understands immediately. She sheathes her blade and makes a circle with her thumb and index finger, placing it next to her lips, and she whistles. The sound penetrates and echoes throughout the quarantine zone. Maybe I should also start looking for a girl, now that I know how to talk to one, and just download Tinder, bro. Probably easier to go to war in Ukraine than talking to one. Bro, you really want that? Captain. Number 21 has her back arched like a trapped beast, her body tense, growling, ready to strike the surrounding Kurono troop any second. Upon hearing Vera's whistle, however, she slowly puts down her hands, lowering her head like a tamed puppy. I will listen. This is a signal Cerberus really uses. Seldom would people on the battlefield use such a loud and obvious signal. In fact, it does not entail any strategy at all. Cerberus never thinks about tactics or plans. This signal of theirs is simply used to issue a simple command. Video game OST of the day, No More Heroes, Leather for Breakfast. No More Heroes is the Suda51 game. I pinned it. Sit, good doggy. Cerberus is often ruthless on the field. Left unchecked, they will kill non-stop, usually resulting in matters getting out of hand. This is why Vera has designed this signal to command them to stop. If anything, it is more akin to a leash that holds back the rabid dogs. Noctis also hears her whistle from where he is. He hisses before throwing the Corona soldier in his grasp aside. Why won't you let us act? What are you doing, Vera? The transport crafts carrying number 21 and Noctis have departed. Seeing them flying away, Vera turns her gaze to the rest of the soldiers casually. The soldier behind her pokes her with the muzzle of his gun, urging her to enter her transport craft. But in a flash of an eye, Vera spins around and slashes his gun in half. Who knows how long it'll take if I do this by the book. If you're assigning me this operation, it's only fair that I get to call the shots on how I execute it. A breeze blows past your face. It carries the earthy smell of fresh soil. Your nose crunches. You might be imagining it, but ever since you connected with the pale, beast-like construct, your sense of smell seems to have enhanced. No fucking way, bro. That's not how it works, man. That's some paranormal shit, man. You are smelling the scent of dirt freshly watered. This is not a scent you would smell on Babylonia, a metal-plated fortress. Confused, you suddenly find the constructs outside the blast-resistant glass raising their weapons. But you have not done anything this time. Curiously, they are not aiming at you either. Instead, first, you hear a loud crash. You hear a piercing slash after that. The sound of the flesh and bones of the metal box housing you being slit. An opening appears on the black box around you. Bright light immediately floods in. Within the blinding light, you see a burst of violent red. Your eyes have adjusted to the dark for so long that they are not prepared for this burst of brightness. Your vision and mind go blank for a second. In that brief moment, that rosy red rushes to your side like a gush of wind. Slippery like a fish and quick like lightning, She swings her blade unceasingly. The cold hue of her blade blossoms into a blooming flower in the air. A strike immediately follows another. Her move is so fast that her blade leaves behind a continuous trail of light. Everywhere this flash of thunderbolt touches, a Chrono soldier falls, but her blade does not stop as it slashes across the room. Toward the person bounded on the chair, none other than you. The stream of wind it carries reaches you before its blade. You close your eyes subconsciously, expecting the pain to hit, but it does not. Instead, you hear a loud clang. Your favorite word, guys. The sound of metal hitting metal. Slowly you open your eyes, your vision finally adjusting to the brightness. The first thing you see is the iron chain attached to your legs cut into two. Then you notice the blade that separates. Blade that separates, comma. It is still pinned in front of you. The blade wielder's force is so strong that its point is buried deep into the ground. The sword is still rattling. It hums, lingering in the air. Its hum lingering in the air. You follow the sword and look up, and you find a familiar figure standing before you. Nobody expected this, by the way. Basically an action version of a OST track from Silent Hill F. What are you implying, Road Jack? If you want good music, I can give you a few songs from Two Steps from Hell. I heard about that band. Archangel or Peak, I did not heard about that band. Quarantine and Time Reaper are my favs. Haven't heard those since AC Unity. It's amazing OST indeed. AC Unity? But utter her name. Vera. Vera, facing away from the light, stands there, the corner of her mouth gently raised. Hello there, Grey Raven Commandant. It's been a while. Her tone is calm, as if you are greeting after running into each other on a lazy afternoon. As long as you can ignore the unconscious Kurono constructs under her feet. Her tone soon shifts back to the aggressive hostility you're familiar with. What's wrong? Did I make you piss your pants? Before you can answer, she is already tossing the constructs outside the opening one by one with a sneer. A hound on a mission does not relax until all her objectives are fulfilled. Why are you here? Having emptied the room, Vera pauses for a second. Slowly she turns her head towards you, seemingly about to answer your question. But then, the loud crackling of engines in the distance causes her expression to shift drastically. She stops smiling. Sometimes it's amazing how dense you are. She walks toward you as she speaks. Swiftly, she retrieves the blade nailed to the ground before cutting open another metal wall of the room. You find the cabin of a transport craft on the other side of the opening. This is Fat Rat Unity song is peak 2. I remember it, I have to listen it now. I mean, Unity was a cool game, but I don't remember anything about its music. You look back at the forest bathed under moonlight outside the walls. The branches of the trees rattle in the wind. Babylonia would never waste that many resources on green spaces, not to mention simulating natural wind. Everything you are seeing points to one fact. You are on Earth. Dumbass. But why? You were on Babylonia before the remote connection. How are you inside a transport craft on Earth all of a sudden? Instantly, the sense of dissonance you have been ignoring finally adds up. The perplexing remote connection that took longer than usual. The fact that Rebecca was contacting you with comms after your first face-to-face meeting. And the intermittent quakes beneath your feet. Noticing your look of epiphany, Vera shows you a look of disgust. Only now do you notice it? Come on, Grey Raven Commandant. You have been transported to Earth since your first remote connection. They have replicated the dark room they caged you on this transport craft to create the illusion that you were not moved. But why? Why? Jailbreak by Vera? I've taken down most of the Chrono constructs on my way here, but their reinforcement will arrive soon. Go close the rear door. I've only torn apart this room, not the craft itself. I'm going to fly the plane now. Time to bolt. With that, she steps inside the cockpit, no longer communicating with you. The red-haired construct has been blazing around you like a fire, only until she disappears from your side that you can finally smell the scent of crossing swords she has left behind. The door to the study opens. We're back on... Is this Babylonia? All Collins does is raises his eyebrows. Oh my god, that guy again. Despite his guests arriving unprompted, Collins knows that his address is only known to a selected few, accessible to fewer. He is not worried about his safety. Someone who can arrive safely must be on one of his. Indeed, it is Rebecca at his door. Her chest rises and falls from her heavy breaths. Her usual elegant appearance slightly unkempt. It is apparent that she was in a hurry and unable to bother with how she looked. This is unusual for Rebecca. Someone like her cares for how she presents herself, unless things are so dire that she cannot afford to do so. Colin straightens himself while Rebecca has already arrived before him, her high heel shoes clicking. What was that you got from the Chief Commander? The Grey Raven Commandant just got rescued by the Cerberus Captain. Your plan to sneak the Commandant away has backfired. 3 chapters back to back will be good? Really? So maybe everybody should skip until chapter 15 when starting this game, huh? Collins pauses for a second before he starts laughing. I can't believe it, Nikki actually did it. Stupefied, Rebecca stares at the man before her, who laughs so hard he almost runs out of breath, and she stands there, confused. At least our socialite here has stopped pretending to be neutral. Rebecca instantly understands that he is mocking how she has been playing both sides. She takes another deep breath and continues. The only good news is that we have detained the other 2 Cerberus members. One of them was connected with the Commandant for a long period of time, and her mind showed unusual activities during the mission. As long as we retrieve her and analyze her mind, our mission is not a total failure. Why the hell are you not nervous at all? Collins answers her with a question. What was the objective of this operation? This time it is Rebecca who pauses. I spell goddamn, when I see Rebecca I am turning into Ultra NPC. Hands on the table, Nexus. You're too old for this, man. The objectives, he ponders. On the surface it was to utilize the Grey Raven Commandant to investigate what appeared to be Luna's mind activities and locate her. That was what she thought as well in the beginning. But things apparently are not what they seem. Collins promised to return the Grey Raven Commandant to the Parliament, yet he tried to move the Commandant behind their back, meaning he wanted to hold on to his asset, to this asset. Commandant. Chrono is not known for leniency. Rebecca even thought that Collins would come up with more ways to counter the Parliament after the mission. The reason he has his eyes on the Grey Raven Commandant is simply that the Commandant has the potential to connect to an agent without getting their consciousness corrupted. Of course, the Parliament would not believe him, but what is done is done. There is nothing they could do. Having organized her thoughts, Rebecca almost thinks that the whole operation was set up to test and capture the Grey Raven Commandant. We were trying to track down the agent Luna. Having said it out loud, a slight hint of inconsistency rings in the back of her mind. She knows very well that all Collins has cared about is that agent. Everything that has driven him so far is connected to the agent. The reason he has his eyes on the Grey Raven Commandant is simply that the Commandant has the potential to connect to an agent without a corrupted consciousness. But she suddenly realizes one thing. She has the priority wrong. As important as that Commandant is, Collins still cares about the agent more. But right now, he is ready to move heaven and earth just to keep the Commandant in his grasp. Sure, the more cards they hold in their hand, the better, but if they had to pick one over the other, they would have chosen the agent. And yet Collins is in no hurry to track down Luna, the agent, even when her mind activity was discovered in that town. All they did was send a squad to the surface to investigate. Never old, I agree, depending on the girl, definitely not old. Rebecca is not old. Almost as if he cared. You're too old to build Nexus like Nexus like bro. Be Ultra like Nexus. Almost as if he cares not about finding the agent and instead the commandant's ability to sniff out an agent's tracks. That cannot be right. The agent's whereabouts should be the most important thing unless... Suddenly Rebecca connects the dots. She raises her head, frightened, and looks at the smirking Collins. His smile is still comical, but she can see the violence behind him. Violence? Have you figured it out, or dear socialite? She tries to speak, and that is when she discovers her throat is dry from her realization. I choose to tell you the truth in the past because, personally, I believe you. Well, now that I believe you not to reveal our secrets to the Parliament, I believe that it wouldn't matter even if you did. Collins repeats to her their past conversation word for word. Never old, everything you need is the mood. I disagree. As for the rest, don't think about it. Just keep up your appearance and play your part as the one that dances between Corona and the Parliament. It'll be beneficial to both of us. Rebecca nods tentatively. Colin sighs. I knew Nicky had something planned. I just wasn't expecting him to burn this bridge of ours to get what he wants. This makes me even more curious. Doing so means they've gotten what they wanted, something so important that they think it's okay to mess with us. What is it, Nicky? Does it have something to do with that intel? Collins is mumbling to himself while simultaneously looking like he is talking to Nicola across time and space. Rebecca, finally having her voice back, interrupts him abruptly. Then what is our next move? Track the transport craft. Intercept it if we can. Let them go if we can't. We're just going to let them leave? Say you have the key to a treasure chest but not its location, and out of nowhere someone shows up with its location but not the key. Why be selfish and hold on to the key? Colin stands up and straightens the collars of his shirt, preparing to head out. Before he leaves, he looks back at Rebecca. And when they unlock the treasure chest and bring it back, we'll just take it, yeah? Right? Your message is recorded. It'll be delivered alongside the supplies during the routine airdrop. But we don't have a forward operating base there. Dropping supplies at entirely new coordinates could catch some people's attention. I've tried to conceal it with other operation as much as possible. Thank you, Celica. Instead of joking about overtime pay like she usually does, Celica just looks tired. Rather, everyone in the conference room looks tired. They're just like me. Colin sounds like Diane like Dags. Go rest, Celica. Celica opens her mouth, wanting to say she is fine. But seeing Hassan's look, she instead says nothing, departing the room quietly, leaving Hassan and Nicola by themselves. Transferring Cerberus has caused Murray's suspicion already. He was the one who retrieved the first part of that intel. Knowing him, he must have had a backup made. Aren't you worried that he'd give it to Kurono? He's a smart kid, he knows what's okay and what isn't. He won't take risks for something non-beneficial. He's a merchant, not a dishonorable trader. Nicola frowns. I hope you're right. Look, another reading. More reading. Could have played as Vera. Last node. The bell-shaped nozzle ignites as the oxygen-fueled mixture propels the aircraft. I remember that bike sequence on the Akidelic train. I missed that. The transport craft lifts off at the speed of a rocket. The number on the altimeter climbs. By the time you soar above the clouds, moonlight floods the windshields as if welcoming you to a whole new world. And yet you are in no mood to appreciate the scenery or to celebrate being free. Your body is hit by a massive force several times your weight from the thrust. It presses against your chest, making it hard for you to breathe. The old wound below your chest aches once more, while your stomach feels like it's being tossed around. It has been quite some time since you last ate, fortunately. You would have thrown up already otherwise. Vera might be an exceptional fighter, but an excellent pilot she is not. The acceleration has barely affected the construct. Glazing at you, Vera sees your pale, wrinkled face. And instead of her usual mockery, she makes a quiet ditch before pulling up the craft for an easier climb angle. That will happen soon. Soon enough. That will happen soon enough, no worries. But the gameplay? I hope the gameplay will happen at any time. He has not slowed down the aircraft, however. The dots representing your pursuers are still behind you on the radar. The Mach number on the monitor rising with a clattering sound. Tough it out, we are fleeing right now. I don't have time to worry about your physical condition. Where are we heading? That is what you wanted to ask, Vera, but you barely have the strength to open your mouth right now. Your pursuers' dots on the radars, however, are disappearing one by one. It seems that the Corona forces are not as persistent as you have thought. Something does not line up, but you will have to worry about that later. You tilt your head slightly and notice Vera's striking profile. Unlike everyone else you know, she has never treated you with kindness. If anything, she has directly or indirectly clashed with your team on occasion. As she was a bitch in the first chapters. Still, helpless and alone, your only option right now is to trust her. Closing my eyes. Fatigue and pain swallow you whole, and your mind gives in to darkness. You must have passed out once temporarily, because you find yourself lying down in the cabin when you open your eyes again. Vera kneels next to you, her hand holding up an IV drip. A tube connects the bag and her hand to the needle attached to the vein on the back of your hand. You feel a breeze over your chest. Looking down, you find Vera's other hand resting there. She seems to have been examining your conditions while you were out. Yeah, she's a medic. Max speed, like Mach 2 above the speed of sound. I'm not a pilot. I never heard that word before. Noticing that you are awake, she lifts her hand slightly, her fingertip gliding to the side along your ribcage from the center of your chest before pressing down with a slight force. The piercing pain makes you curl up involuntarily. Immediately your body shoots up and you sit on the floor, Vera's hand sliding off you. You look perfectly fine to me. Hold this yourself. He throws the IV bag to you before heading back to the cockpit. The fluids in the IV bag are almost empty. You must have been injected quite a while ago. Removing the needle and wiping away the blood where it was attached, you find yourself much more spirited when you stand up. The plane is on autopilot right now. The low hum of the engine gently rocks you in a way that feels comforting. The radar is clear. Vera seems to have shaken off your pursuers long ago. She is sitting on the pilot's seat now, polishing her long sword quietly. What exactly is going on? No idea, I'm just following orders. The chief commander asked me to get you out and take you to the designated location. Thanks. Vera's eyes widen for just a little bit. She narrows them again immediately and teases you. Do you think a simple thanks is enough? I saved your life after all. You should present something more important as a token of gratitude, shouldn't you? Something more important? Her blade swings toward you right as you stop speaking. She holds the spine of her sword to your neck, lifting your chin ever so slightly. The deadly weapon in her hand looks more like a cat one that teases you right now. You cannot tell if she is being serious or simply joking. Like you yourself. Ah, bro. That's a huge tease. Big. Seeing your dumbfounded expression, Vera grins mischievously. Don't take it the wrong way, it's just that everyone's trying to get a piece of you when I'm holding you right here. The spine of your blade slightly grates your chin. What a predicament. Don't you think I can trade you for anything I want right now? You won't. What a humdrum response. I recommend against trusting someone like me so blindly. I'm not the kind and loving type like those on your squad. How about those on yours? Your grin instantly disappears. Expressionless, she retracts her blade and sheaths it. The sound it makes almost piercingly painful. Never played Metal Gear Rising when Raiden entered Mach 20 rocket to Pakistan? I sure as hell don't remember any Mach's rockets. All I remember from that game is that it doesn't have a designated dodge button. It does not seem like she is going to answer you, but it is not difficult for you to imagine what number 21 and Noctis are going through right now. Enough with that expression, it's repulsive. My team isn't some loser squad like yours, they will take care of themselves. Despite her words, her slightly furrowed brows have nonetheless revealed her worry. Just like how you are missing the Grey Raven, Vera must be feeling the same thing, even when she refuses to show it before you. There is only silence between you once again. The sky, the clouds, and even the ocean are dull grey outside the porthole. The machine-like coldness fills your field of view. The aircraft you are on becomes the only living thing in this monotonous world, tearing through the sky toward the horizon. As your vision gets tired from the unchanging view, a small spike-shaped shadow pierces through the ocean surface in the distance. It appears so abruptly that the shock has you fully awake. A second spike, and then a third one. Gradually, they unveil before you. Like witnessing the sunrise, something spectacular and overwhelming rises from behind the horizon and reveals itself. What rises is not a star, however. It is a man-made structure so breathtaking that it might as well be a miracle. The shadow looms larger and larger. Before you realize it, you are already gasping in awe. Temen Negru. 6 metallic grey spires from a giant circle on the ocean, surrounding the taller 7th spire in the center. Just the sheer size of the shadow this group of structure cast is enough to humble you. This is the ocean? Underwater? Yo, dog is here. I have arrived, although won't be long. Nice is the funny aquarium chapter. Oh yeah, somebody said about a date in aquarium or something. Vern's mysterious island could not hold a candle to this floating fortress, even if it were real. I don't know Vern's mysterious... Vern? Like Jules Verne, maybe? Muon Yu? Aye. You can hardly describe your reverence with words. You imagine this is what Western colonists felt when they first encountered the Mayan pyramids in the American forest. You instinctively hold your breath, stopping yourself from gasping again, fearing that any sound would awake whatever slumbers here. Huge building. Last spark, title drop. Roll credits. You cannot begin to fathom what kind of radiation-absorbent material was used to turn this metropolis on the ocean invisible to your radar. Vera has only the slightest shift in her body when she lays eyes on it. Immediately she refocuses and heads for the display in front of the pilot's seat, calibrating. You see that red beacon? You look toward where she is regarding and notices a red beacon floating in the water. A cube-shaped crate tied beneath it near the seaborne city's landing pad. They're still missing commas. Looking drastically different from the cold and silent city it swims beside, the beacon is easily noticeable. That's an airdropped beacon from the Chief Commander. We've arrived, Valics. Prepare to jump. Jump? Vera frowns and looks annoyed. We took a Corona aircraft. Don't you think they'll try to track this plane signal once they snap out of their snafu? Snafu? I'll enter a new destination for the plane's autopilot system, but this will only delay Corona for a bit. Once they track down its wreckage and pull up its track record, they'll find us sooner or later. So stop standing there like an idiot and go find a chute. We're jumping. A white parachute opens above Vera and you like a flower blossoming. Yes, a parachute. Vera fastens you to her with a harness as if you are a novice skydiver, and you descend at the same time. Given the landing spot, it's only the size of the landing pad. I didn't want you to land in the ocean. I don't need the extra work saving you from drowning. You have had a parachuting training, but you must admit that Construct's artificial skin is way more sensitive to airflow and wind direction. Their reaction and response speed is also unrivaled by humans. Controlling the steering toggles, Vera guides the two of you to the landing pad slowly and precisely. The city was impressive when you observed it from high in a distance. As you descend, its shape becomes clearer and clearer. It is like an amalgamation of a fortress, a pyramid, a city, a mountain range, but it is also so much more. There is nothing in real life that can compare to its majesty and mystery. It looks more like a myth realized by humans with science and technology, a legend that has come alive. Atlantis, resting upon the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, is that like that quote at the beginning of the chapter? Like the lost city in those stories, it is a ruin without a sign of life. There is no activity we can detect here. No sound, light, electromagnetic wave, radiation, heat signature, nothing. Far to the east, dark, menacing thunderclouds are heading toward you. They block the sun with their enormous mass and cast a giant shadow where you are. A better metaphor appears in your head. Of course, a better metaphor. Grave. It is a grave on the sea. So much better metaphor, bro. It's amazing. When your feet finally touch the ground, you feel a sense of relief. Vera releases your strap the moment you land. She ties the string of the parachute to her waist and swiftly dives into the ocean, swimming toward the red beacon. With her impressive strength, she ties the crate that is twice her size with the string soon after before pulling it up to the landing pad. The crate is an airdrop capsule with the logo of the world government printed outside. You are familiar with it. Supply crates like this were airdropped from Babylonia back when you were fighting on the surface. Yeah, that was a while, wasn't it, Commandant? Except this one has a few characters laser engraved underneath the world government logo. Player. What does that mean? Vera operates the identification interface that opens the crate for a while before turning to you, frowning. Woke up. Vera's brows relax. Alright, that's funny. Alright, this one was good. Guess you aren't a complete of course. Thank you, Vera. I'll bark for you, man. Only commandants have the authority to open airdrop capsules with higher clearance. Put your face to the interface. You complete the retina scan and confirm your identity. With the sound of gears turning, the supply crate opens up from the middle. Its covers unfolding to the sides. A frame that looks identical to Vera's appears before you. Is this your backup frame? Vera does not answer you. She just stares at her other self in silence. It lies quietly within the crate like a blade in its sheath, or a rose frozen in time. Expect each of its petals is stained with blood. An unnamed frame is a non-living thing, after all. An unmanned frame is a non-living thing, after all. But the lack of humanity is what makes it appear even more beautiful and deadly. We're using this frame, huh? How generous of you, Chief Commander. She walks to the frame, her hands on the capsule, her head lowered. Her hands on the capsule, her head lowered. All her usual sharp edges seems to vanish at this moment. Looking at the frame, she has shades of her past reflected in her eyes. Except that past does not seem to contain any good memories. Shrouded all over her is a more dreadful sentiment. Vera's red hair drapes down, tangled with the red hair of the lifeless construct in the capsule. Then, are you going to keep staring when I change? She looks at you from the corner of her eyes, her gaze and tone playful. Turn around. Oh, getting shy, are we? How adorable. I don't mind you looking. Oh, really? Why are you asking that, woman? Moments later. It's done. You turn around. You find Vera in her new frame holding her original one horizontally. What seems to be a peculiar scene originally is strangely beautiful in a way. Vera places her original frame back into the capsule and stretches. The other one was cooler. The frame is well adjusted. I should be able to continue the mission right away. Is this an old frame? Indeed. It's an old frame I've only used a couple of times in the past. It doesn't leave the closet except for special circumstances. After all, even my support type frame is far superior on the battlefield to those losers. Right as she says that, the comms you both forgot about in the supply crate light up. Is the Chief Commander. She turns in on without much of a second thought. Nicola's projection appears before the two of you. Vera acting like she is changing her clothes when in reality she just transferred consciousness to another lifeless model. Yeah, we get that. The thing I didn't like is she like, oh, are you gonna look? Oh, I don't mind you watching. Like, bitch, made your mind, bro. Just shut up and change. Nicola's gaze, she got me there, I'm not gonna lie. Nicola's gaze in the recording lands directly on Vera, as if he has anticipated her standing right in front of him when he recorded it. Good job, Vera. I know you won't disappoint me. With that, Nicola disappears from the projection. Vera crosses her... That's all. Vera crosses her arms and remains silent. Replacing Nicola in the projection is none other than Hassan. This time he is not conversing with Vera, he is talking to you. If you are seeing this, then the Cerberus captain has successfully rescued you from Corona, so allow me to say this. I'm glad to see you safe and sound, Valics. If I had time, I would have loved to explain everything to you, the truth behind everything you have been through so far. Behind everything you have been through far. But my time is running out, and so is yours. You must have realized by now the lengths Corona would go to keep you in their grasp. They didn't even blink when they tried to sneak you away right under our noses after making a deal with us. They never planned to let you go whether the search for the agent succeeded or not. We have anticipated that, of course. I apologize for not cluing you in earlier. It would have only burdened you should the moment arise. Not to mention that you have already noticed one thing through this event. Sen's gaze turns more profound, but he does not seem like finishing his line. He changes the topic as you have guessed. Time is short, so I'll save you the exposition for now. It doesn't concern us right now. The Cerberus captain and you should be standing on a seaborne metropolis in the Atlantic Ocean right now. I can only pray that it's true. I believe the coordinates we deciphered are correct, and I hope our airdrop beacon has landed accurately. accurately. If you are indeed where I think you are, please take a look around you. You are standing on the greatest legacy left behind from the Golden Age right now, Valics. Or maybe one of the greatest wonders of all human history, even. This was where that glistening era ended and the dark age of the punishing virus started. 0-point reaction happened? You can probably guess what I'm about to say. Dice. That's right, the city you're standing in was a 0-point reactor. 0-point reactor. Not reaction, 0-point reactor. Yo, gameplay? No way, bro. This frame. Using spears, bro? A spear and a katana, huh? Alright. I know what you're thinking, Valics. We both know that the punishing virus first appeared within the chamber of the first 0-point reactor before spreading and infecting the whole world. Appeared within the chamber of the first 0-point reactor. Should be there, right? That's right, the first 0-point reactor. Oh, the first 0-point reactor. It's not wise to put all one's eggs in one basket. Given their political wisdom, the people in power during the Golden Age didn't gamble all they had in one reactor either. They had built other reactor cities. You are standing on one of them now. 0-point reactors were the most hidden secrets back then, and they still are. That's a huge secret right there, man. Information about their interiors and their whereabouts are still highly classified, which is why we lost all information on them when the punishing virus broke out and created a fault line in civilization. But we finally obtained the location of one of them through special means recently, which is where you are now. Hassan pauses when he says the word means. This seaborne reactor is codenamed Atlantis. Consider it part of Plato's Utopia. It once contained humanity's hope for a utopia, after all. After the virus broke out, we lost most of the cutting-edge technologies developed back then. We have no idea what caused the punishing virus to spread, or if its existence was related to the 0-point reactor at all. Because of how classified this information was, the world government has even lost all research data on 0-point energy. Without tracing how it started and understanding how it works, we will never find a way to actually counter the punishing virus. But the first 0-point reactor was burned down when it unleashed hell on Earth. The first 0-point reactor was burned. But not all the reactors had an outbreak at the same time. Due to the differences between their research progress directions, or something else we don't know yet, Atlantis is still intact. Or something else we don't know, Atlantis is intact. We need you to investigate this reactor with the Cerberus captain. It might not have progressed the same way as the first one, but we are in need of more intel desperately, so find out as much as you can. This is a special operation that only you at this moment in time can do. You and the captain are in a very peculiar situation right now. If Corona's search for Luna was a legitimate operation, then the Cerberus captain's actions and rescue are no different from treason. Corona's search for Luna was a legitimate operation, that Cerberus captain's action and rescue are not different from treason? Why? But Corona's move was no standard operation, and trying to take you away from Babylonia has caused an uproar. Given how messed up and tangled everything is right now, there is no such thing as legitimate anymore. We're going AWOL, huh? Everything's going to shit. So I've decided that this is the junction point where we bring you back on the right track. Although Babylonia is but a shadow of the human world in the past, the complexity of the human heart has not diminished a bit, on the surface or in the air. There are too many people with secret agendas and their eyes and ears up here. Sending a team to Atlantis directly from Babylonia would have alerted people we don't want to alert. Does he mean like other entities than Kurono? Or like Kurono spies? That's why I decided to take advantage of the fact that you are already on the surface to have you in charge of this classified operation, this cunning fox, man. I am back, my time was wasted by work for a second, did I miss anything? I mean... Vera's old frame doesn't look that cool. The brighter the light, the bigger the shadow it casts, but it also means that truths are better concealed inside. If everyone has decided to place their bets on you, then let's go all in. For now, you are a fugitive on a mission operator. You're a fugitive and a mission operator. Your detour won't be in vain, of course. I have a hunch that whatever you discover here will impact Babylonia's course of actions. The future of humankind, in other words. That renown will be more than enough for us to put you in a spotlight before the public. In turn, you will no longer become a chess piece between Babylonia and Corona, a senseless sacrifice in our endless struggle. You'll be safeguarded by the people's gazes, and you will become their beacon of hope. I'll wait for your good news on Babylonia. Hassan disappears from the projection and Nicola returns. He's explained everything, so I'm not going to repeat it. Long story short, I decided to loan you to Corona, but I also had an insurance policy. Is the Cerberus captain standing next to you? He turns to Vera and continues. I know that Garnet isn't your favorite frame, but this is an emergency. Smiles. Use it to protect the Grey Raven Commandant, complete the mission and bring me a win. I'll guarantee your team's safety, that is my promise. That's all I have to say. The comms turn off as he finishes. Vera sneers after hearing everything. It seems that not only do I need to bring you back in one piece, but I also have to take you to find something about the 0-point reactor. Her face is too kind here. I'm gonna be real. It seems that way. Nicola is one demanding bastard. Vera does not even bother to call her superior by his title at this point. What are you going to do? What can I do except for following orders? Maybe you don't understand their subtext, so here's a translation. We are on the run, Corona needs you, so they won't hurt you, which means what's happening right now is a traitorous Cerberus captain kidnapping the Grey Raven Commandant. The only way to justify this as a classified spec op from the Chief Commander is if we accomplish the mission and I bring you back. If we're intercepted or captured in the process, I'll take the blame for everything. That explains the Garnet frame. The hostile they're anticipating is... Vera closes her eyes, seemingly remembering some unpleasant memories. She sneers. No time to waste, we need to get going. But right as she says that, you feel an intense quake beneath your feet. It is no simple tremble. It feels like an earth-shattering quake, and for a second you feel like the whole world is spinning and shaking. As if an endless herd of wild beasts is sprinting on the surface, or a giant is waking up from its slumber to stretch. The calm surface of the ocean is now replaced by violent waves. No, more precisely, the city underneath your feet is now sinking into the sea, and it is drawing the wrath of the ocean with its descent. Water is now invading the city. What is going on? Not that cool. Well, wait until the gameplay. Yeah, I'll wait. Maybe it's not gonna be soon. I still can't sit still on her falling move. Her falling move? What is going on? Vera does not answer you. She just grabs a hold of your arm and pulls you behind her. Her body is tense like a guard dog sensing danger. You soon understand what is making her nervous and defensive. A swarm of corrupted follows the invading waves and appears around the landing pad, climbing up from the sea. Oh wow, gameplay! It only took us 1 hour. Full song. Yo, new enemies. Cool. Nice heals. He smiles. PTA minutes exact. 1 hour, bro. We did have streams where I was reading for like 2 hours straight and never played. Also, this is Atlantis. It looks quite different from when I looked from the sky. Hey, don't go wandering off. I'm not taking responsibility if you carelessly get hurt while you're busy being mesmerized by the view. Look, she looks so cute, bro. This is not my Vera. Why is she so cute, man? She's not supposed to be cute. She's a psycho. She's an asshole in the first chapters. I got 3 thingies. Alright. Damn, she's talking. The Water Fortress over there. She's so cute because it's her old frame, lol. She wasn't cute in her old frame. I read the interlude. After defeating the last corrupted on the landing pad, Vera relaxes for a second. Her Rosen is, you know, mad. And what, is this cute? That was the chapter 13 and Echo Aria streams where we read for 2 hours over without gameplay. Damn, you remember that? I remember only the pain. The city does not stop sinking when the last corrupted is defeated. Touched it. There is only one possibility. The city sinking is not related to the corrupted attack. Vera takes a look at the design of the landing pad and the structure of the city around you. I see, I was wondering how such a large structure on the ocean could hide so well. Optical camouflage, radiation shielding, radiation absorbent material, and a submerging mechanism. What a bunch of mad scientists. So Dectors is here, have a great time too, Dector. Merging mechanism like a submarine? Exactly like a submarine. But what has triggered it? Is there someone else here apart from us? Enemies. Those crab-like corrupted should be industrial underwater mechanoid. But I don't think they're smart enough to trigger the mechanism. That means someone else has visited this place apart from— Bro, I can't feel her insanity anymore when she looks that cute, bro. What the fuck? They ain't no crazy anymore. The sensation of being observed in secret sends a shiver up your spine. Vera glances at you before stepping on the passage ahead, her red ponytail swinging across the air in a graceful curve. That's a very important detail right there, guys. Stay close, whoever they are, we're going to drown and die here if we don't find the entrance into the city before it fully submerges. Look, bro, she looks concerned, man. Vera never looks concerned. It's off-putting, bro. Not my Vera. Oh, there you go, this is better. Oh, I forgot, I'm not going to die, duh. Can't promise the same for a frail human like you, Valics. Ah, this doesn't match your face, man. I'm not saying anything. Don't count on me saving your life like one of your birdies when that happens. Bruh, I disapprove of this design, of these sprites. No longer reacting to Vera's provocation, you turn to the seaborne city in the distance. Deep inside, you suspect that this will not be a simple and quiet investigation. Quiet. What a stealth indeed. Cute Vera is hurting in other way. Oh my god, look! Look at this! I wouldn't believe in a million years this was Vera without context, bro. I thought it was someone else. Valics likes the pole dancer? Huh? Who is that? I mean, the other Vera has 2 swords. This one has a spear. Why can't I move her around? A long time ago, before the apocalypse, everyone else visiting the Seaborn City for the first time, Lustrous is trying to view it and soak in its entirety. Lustrous. That's a name. If the Golden Age is a crown, then this is one of the brightest jewels on it. The main island glitters under the sun, pearl white and astonishing. It looks holy, as if it is from another time. When the Phoenician merchants passed the Aegean Sea in their purple-sailed ships and witnessed the sacred flame burning in the Acropolis of Athens, they must have felt the same way. The other Vera has 2 swords. Hehehe. We get a far more mad Vera again in the future, fire version. I guess I am more used to that one now. Yeah, and this, I mean, this one seems, I mean, her sprite, the face on her sprite seems too tamed, bro. She seems too normal. Not a spear though? Yeah. Doesn't know. I mean, spoilers are free, Nexus, because I don't really care much about it anymore. Hope you guys have a wonderful times then. Thanks, Dectors. What a beauty, isn't she? Died. So we're back in time. Lustrous does not respond. He's completely... Oh, that's a girl name? Lustrous is a girl name? Hey, alright. He's completely focused on the city itself. Foaming waves crash and roar around the island. Every second, billions of gallons of water rush underneath the island as designed, driving the massive tidal stream generators. Tidal stream? The generators power the scattered tall building on the island. Windows light up in dense rows like stars falling on water. Traffic between the city center and its borders is constant. A light beam is shot into the sky from the ring-shaped submerged satellite city, disappearing before reaching the clouds with the help of optical camouflage. Supply ships from orbit land directly on the launch platform everywhere. With radiation shielding, infrared is undetectable 2 kilometers from the city. Riders and ships pass by the city, completely unaware of the wonder right next to them. This is alright, I'll believe you, game, whatever. It hides in the ocean, but it also illuminates it. A lighthouse beckoning humanity's future is standing right here, completely unknown. Lustrous thinks herself someone who is unmoved by wonders. She has always been rational, so much so that she has been called cold by others. But the moment she sets foot on the landing pad, standing before the seaborn city, she finds herself reconsidering her stance. Her heart is thumping wildly. She recognizes that she is emotional right now. Adrenaline is pumping out in her body, making her heart beat harder and increasing the rate of her blood circulation. In Dectors, man, you two have similar names. Have a good time, Nexus. Yeah, then you messed up. You messed up. It is not a spear because Vera can transform it into 2 blades. Combat is fast, so it's hard to notice weapon change. You mean this one, the Garnet? I was talking about the like gameplay first frame. Her first frame has 2 swords, isn't it? The one where like the bar fills and you need to hold attack to change the fighting stance and the ranged attacks. That one is with the 2 swords. This one, like I said, it's a spear and a katana, like slapped together. She is emotional right now, yeah. Blood rushes into her heart like the water rushing into the tidal stream generators. The gears are turning at a remarkable speed, both inside the city and inside her brain. It is not astonishment she is feeling right now, it is something else, something more particular. Is dual blades. Yeah, that one. I said I like that one more. That's what I said. The other Vera has 2 swords, huh? Yeah, that's what I said, Nexus. The other Vera has 2 swords, dual blades. Her guide has misunderstood her brief silence. He thinks she is dumbfounded by Atlantis like every other newcomer arriving here. Stop gawking, catch up! Pretty bad luck that you arrive on Submergence Day. It's the fishing season, so we're getting more boats hanging around this part of the sea. Optical camouflage won't be enough, so the city will submerge for a month. Yeah, I believe you. I'm taking you to the main city. Most of us will work inside the chambers there during submergence. Don't worry, the space is so much bigger than you could ever imagine. Supplies are well stocked like usual, you won't feel any different. I recommend looking at the sun one last time, it might be the only thing you'll miss when we're down there. Lustrous does as he says and turns to look at the sun one last time. Don't stare directly at the sun. The giant ball of fire hangs at the edge of the sky. Lustrous does not feel a thing when she looks at it. She knows how people usually refer to it. Earth-gracing, life-giving, more or less. There is nothing new about it. But to her, that has always been a ball of energy. Inside, nuclear fusion is constantly happening. The energy it generates every second is enough to sustain the entirety of Earth's civilization for nearly 100,000 years. It is unfortunate that humans cannot conquer the sun the way they did the moon. Bro, moon is useless. The distance between humans and the sun is way too far. But they have a more daring option now. More ambitious than conquering the sun. 0-point energy. Maybe I am dumb, but Rosen has only one blade? Pretty sure it's 2. The fire version is both dual blade and a spear mode. Separately it's simple but fun. Yeah, that's the frame from the Devil May Cry patch, right? So one small and one big. The source of the sun is simply nuclear fusion after all. It means that it requires a fuel source at the end of the day. But not 0-point energy. If they can extract it, it will revolutionize humanity's understanding of energy. All matters can become energy. She is about to become one of those who seek this path. This is why her heart is thumping. Humanity no longer has to conquer the sun. Humanity is about to surpass the sun. Lustrous retracts her gaze, turning it to the staff waiting by the ferry before her. She walks toward him, no longer turning back. There is something similar to Blade. Maybe her sheath is a blade too, but for me it seems like a single sword. Next to the landing pad is a canal connecting the satellite city and the main city. A boat commonly used to transport goods is parked right next to it. Vera takes a look at the boat, surprised to find that it can still run. The equipment here is surprisingly well preserved, unlike the ruins left behind by the punishing virus in other cities. Vera jumps onto the boat and follows suit. Not long after you start the boat, loud noises appear around you, corrupted coming from the sea. Disc. Oh, look the way she looks so cute, man. Yo, please be a boat gameplay. For the love of God. Not. Looks like we won't be bored on this journey. Yo, I can kick them? No sound effect. Game was still poverty on chapter 15, bro. PGR gameplay confuses us all. What is a blade but a gun that is long and sharp? No more cutscene for that. This one is a katana and a spear. Hey, alright. Ow. Not a gamer. Boink. Ow. Nice tracking, bro. Ow. I remember what you can assign her, only one katana. Think you decide, what do you think of Zeus' version of Vera so far? This one seems more boring than the previous one. I mean, new gameplay specialist, am I missing something with this frame? I'm just doing attacks, the skills, and the ult. Does she have something else? What are those three dogs icons below? Does that like buff her super, that's all? When I use the super, they... Oh, they don't go down. Oh, it tracks you. Come here, bitch. Oh, I use the dog icons when I hold the attack. No sound effects again. I suppose this is a crowd control frame, because she can do this. Push the flag down. I gain dog heads when I use a tripping. Oh, is that it? Dual Blades one was fun. Was more fun than this. A corrupted tries to sneak up on you from behind, but Vera nails it to the metal wall of the boat with her banner spear before it can touch you. The katana spear. Having made sure that it is no longer moving, she kicks it off the boat. These corrupted. Some of them are not mechanoids native to the city. That's strange. If that's the case, where the hell did the corrupted we've encountered come from? Swarms of corrupted are approaching the city, surrounding it orderly. Just the sight of it is enough to make one shiver. A reading node? Okay, we need a break, don't we? We need to pee and poo-poo, bro. Give me 5 minutes, guys. Be right back. Boink. Back. The dots are the slam attack. It happens when you hold basic. The more dots, the more powerful. Yeah, we figured that one. Figured that one out. 4 hours before the 2 Babylonia visitors arrive on Atlantis. Really? Another uninvited guest is also visiting the city. She arrives from the depth of the ocean. Being the coward she is, she has brought along all the corrupted she encountered on her way here. She looks like a returning queen with her army behind her. This is Lamia. But Lamia knows that she is no queen. If anything, she is a parasite. She does not despise it. That is how she survived until now, after all. But when everyone she depends on has left, she is forced to think for herself. Is this it? When her feet touch its surface, a sense of nostalgia and strangeness hits her. That guy didn't lie. Sorry about that. I finally found it. The mermaid climbs out of the ruins carrying a cube. With this I can finally get what I want. She has no idea how long she has walked along the ruins since she climbed out of the collapsed opening, but finally she sees that familiar robot. Oh, it's this guy. Lamia stumbles and kneels before it. Kneels. I have it. The robot extends its arms, ready to retrieve— she didn't eek. Ready to retrieve the white cube in Lamia's hands. Got 92 rank, lol. Hey, congrats. But she suddenly withdraws her hands and holds the cube in her arms. Are you backing out now? No, since you know so much. Can you help me with one more thing? Oh. I've been trying to find a place, but I've forgotten much. I don't remember where it is anymore. She lowers her head. Tell me what you want, then hand it to me. Lamia clutches her head with a hand. An unclear number keeps appearing in her head. It seems like a piece of important information engraved in her mind, scraped repeatedly. The whole number inaccessible to her. She can only recall the first half of the numbers, no matter how hard she tries. We are past the days of 25 eeks. No way she will stop eking, bro. It's Lamia. No, not a number, a set of coordinates of what she does not remember. All she knows is it is a very important place, a place she must return to, a place of her obsession. Can I trust you? Of course, I will do my best. Now hand that to me, and tell me in detail what it is you want to know. The small robot's eyes glisten. He is curious, after all, about what more he can learn from the desperate ascendant before him. Oh, that was short. That was good, very good. Keep that up, game. Huh? Why does it say starter?
Well, there's more to do now.
I can change to whoever I want. Why? This is the one, right? There you go. That's the second blade. He uses 2 blades.
I'll show you how to squeeze every last drop of value out of a person.
You know, you want to eek Valics? Valics, you scandalous man. Who else should I pick? Have fun picking you characters this time. If only I knew what was gonna happen so I can pick up, like, you know, the correct characters.
Is it time to fight?
My cat woke up. I'll do this.
I'll lend.
I wonder. The pyramid-shaped main island is superimposed above a large circular chasm, where water pours down its edge and forms one majestic annular waterfall, plummeting into the seemingly bottomless abyss. Wide roads connect the main city and the 6 towering grey spires around it, still standing steadfast despite how long they have been abandoned. After defeating the corrupted, your boat enters the main city unscathed. Years have passed, but the pain from the Golden Age has yet to fade. The densely packed high-rises almost cover the sky, but their unlit windows no longer look like stars. The closer you approach the city, the more intense the sense of dread. We're not opening the window, Koala. It's cold. The 6 spires around the city are like 6 towering tombstones, save for the lack of an epitaph. Everywhere you look are marks left behind by humans, but the city feels lifeless. Time has frozen in this place. History has stopped within these walls. Atlantis has forgotten the world, and the world has forgotten it. You leap off the boat. Vera walks ahead of you. Are you alright? Vera has looked miserable since receiving the message from Hassan. Hearing your question, she turns around. Huh? Are you seriously trying to take care of others' feelings when you can't even take care of yourself? I can't do her angry voice. How about you stop wasting time like talking to me and try to find the intel they want ASAP? Hell, how are you supposed to find the precise thing they want in such a large city before it sinks? 21 and Noctis? What about them? You're worried about... Oh, I'm doing the good guy. Vera pauses. She turns around again, her gaze piercing, her usual mockery absent. The chief commander said he'd protect them. You really need someone to spell it all out to you? Don't you understand the subtext? Nicola wasn't giving me a promise, he was giving me a warning. He was warning me not to betray him. With that, you suddenly grasp what she is talking about. The chief commander is different from Kurono. Do you honestly believe that? Stop with your bullshit. Lee is on your team. You must have heard him talking about Kurono and me. I was one of Kurono's. I got transferred to the task force later. Do you know how I ended up directly at Nicola's command? Because he was one of Kurono's too. It's not a secret, people from his generation know it full well, but most of those who know don't say a damn thing. It's not something worth celebrating after all. So understand this, the parliament is the same as Kurono fundamentally. Perhaps they've acted and believed different, but given everything you've been through, how virtuous do you think the parliament can be? The parliament and Kurono are in a deadly game of chess right now, and we are their pawns and bets. I suggest you focus on how to save yourself in this little dance they're doing first, instead of blindly trusting those in power. The frame I'm using right now is called Garnet. It's designed to fight constructs, to eliminate traitors. Unlike the Purifying Force, this frame isn't even registered in any system. Sending it to me can only mean one thing. The chief commander believes our enemies this time are Kurono constructs. Can you justify to yourself that the Kurono constructs are not part of Babylonia? Can you justify to yourself that the Kurono constructs are not part of Babylonia? What's the difference between what we are doing now and those civil wars the humans had back then? This game did not age, didn't it? At the end of the day, they picked me for this mission simply because they didn't want to get Grey Raven's hands dirty. Before she can finish, she sends another intense tremble beneath you. You know what? It would be so much better if Grey Raven was sent here, bro. They're too fucking innocent. The corrupted hiding in the shadows reveal themselves. Stay back! Yeah, I don't think I have Garnet. Move, I don't have time to waste on you. Yeah, this one is much cooler. Two blades. She just holds them differently. Investigate this area. Outer coating of this building. Yeah, I can't look up. Why can't you look up? It's not like they have panties. Usually that's why they do this. Who did that bubble, bro? You did? I personally didn't use my Garnet this chapter because it was funnier that way. This unusual behavior and abnormal corruption level. I was right to say they are newly corrupted. We should hurry up. Why was it funnier that way? I'd use Garnet if I had it. It's still sinking. Let's get rid of them quickly. How about using Dante, bro? Is that funny? Oh my god, his running is so slow. You can see the animation does not match the running speed. Look closely now. Looks like these isolation devices are still working. You guys too. Wait, how do I do? Oh, I got everything. Wow. Disc, prepare for the next wave of enemies.
What you lack is this. Thought you like it?
This isn't ending anytime soon. Is booking under the sea? The two of you take down another wave of corrupted, and Vera's frame is overheating from the continuous intense fights. Get indoors. Vera immediately understands what you mean. She picks you up and carries you over her shoulder, leaping into a building. I'd watch that. The corrupted pass by the building, unable to detect your signals. As you have guessed, almost all buildings here are covered with radiation-absorbent material and built with special substances that isolate most usual signals. They are nearly invisible to a machine's eyes. Were people using cell phones here? Having gone through this immediate danger, I'm not questioning any of this. I'm tired of questioning things in this game, in this story. Vera relaxes her tense self and sits down, leaning on the wall. There is a deep cut on her arm, vital fluid slowly dripping out from the wound. You got it earlier, protecting you. She keeps saying she does not care for your safety, and yet you are unharmed, save for being exhausted from the difficult journey. She has kept you protected. She's a tsundere, huh? Are you okay? Do you think I look okay? Now shush and let me cool down. She leans on the wall, her artificial skin starting to turn red. Before you say anything, Vera gives you a stare. If you ask me if I'm feeling alright again, I promise you I'll throw you into the ocean. You remain silent for a long time. Bro, with that face, it seems like she's not saying like these despicable things to you seriously. Feels like she's pretending to be a baddie. Having cooled her frame a bit, Vera takes a deep breath and starts treating her wound. Unlike humans, most of Construct's wounds are not lethal, but also unlike humans, their wounds do not heal themselves. You look like an expert. Ha, you have no idea what I used to do. Used to be a medic, bro, I know. Having said that, it does not seem like she is going to elaborate. Vera quickly stops the bleeding, and you are surprised to find her technique no less delicate and skilled than Liv's. Bedtimes. See ya, guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful time together. Very love you guys. Have a good night, Dectors. Thank you for coming by. Nice to see you again. She fixes herself in no time. I can help if you need me. Is the true measure of a chief being relentless or having incredibly thick skin? She looks at you, and this time she speaks unprompted. I just think that everything we're doing now is stupid and meaningless. The Parliament, Chrono, and this mission are all stupid to their core. All those calculated men are so damn stupid, they will not stop fighting each other even when everything is at stake. I am stupid too for telling you this. Honesty. You are angry, you are angry. Vera looks up. Of course I'm angry, not just at all of this, I'm angry at myself for having to do it anyway. Oh, I'll give you a minute. Alright, I'm back. Commandant will never escape the true measure of a chef. Line from EX05, huh? I don't remember anything about a line like this. What did she mean though? Has Grey Raven been through so little, or you are just so damn naive? Everyone knows the punishing virus comes from within the 0-point reactor. We're already paying the price, and look where we are. How ironic to have us investigate a place like this. Don't they know how the world ended? Do they want a sequel already? She closes her eyes. The soldiers crying on their deathbeds, the comrades falling before her eyes. Her memories of the past and their pain flood her mind, so it's before she became a construct. I thought the Parliament would be better than Corona at the very least. Surprise, they're also morons who tempt fate. Poking at something so dangerous just to counter the opponent. You think we should leave 0-point energy alone? I don't think. I know it for a fact. Can you deny that it was what started all of this? You cannot refute her words. That is a fact, like she has said. Humans have long died on the road to their ambitions. This city is just a graveyard for their arrogance. I like it. I like it that they're short now. I hope this one will be also short. You and Vera made fun of Commandant for saying such a dumb line and she never let it go. Oh, the funny one. Yeah. Yeah, now I remember. She said it again. That was a dumb line. I don't even understand what he meant by that. In the 19th century? A textile factory in Manchester kickstarted the age of steam and the first industrial revolution. And Lustros believes that the zero-point reactor in Atlantis will kickstart the next industrial revolution. The beds in Manchester were never cold. When the workers woke up to work, the previous shift returned home and slept. Similarly, the lights never dim, and the machines never stopped running in Atlantis. Researchers traveled between the laboratories and their dormitory in a straight line. Admin Director. Congratulations on becoming the research director, Lustros. But if I may, you're already 3 minutes late on your first day. The voice recognition on the system AI was way too slow, man. Fuck AI. It stopped me at the door for over 10 minutes. You should reprimand the logistics staff for this. The base is a brain built with metal and flesh, with the devices here being cells, the wires veins, the optical fiber nerves, the nerves hippocampus, and the endless streams of data and codes thoughts. This head lifts proudly in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The humans inside are but the nutrients it needs to work, and the sugar and amino acid it requires to think. Yeah, fuck AI, man. The research does not stop for anyone. To Atlantis, the zero-point reactor is bigger than the world. Anyone who cannot advance the research will be shipped back to the mainland, living the rest of their lives monitored, and in a few hours those vacancies will be filled. Those who cannot advance, damn, the pressure. Lustros has never seen anyone that left return. This place is cruel, metabolizing constantly. But when it won't have any errors and will do anything without issues, will you say so? I'll say that even like 10 times with more hatred even. What do you mean, Nexus? That's what I don't want to happen. Imagine trying to make a reactor that makes energy from nothing and expecting nothing bad to come out of it. I mean, at this time we will watch Valics AI. Exactly, bro. Like, nobody wants that. Isn't that already a thing? Entering the conference room, she already notices a few familiar figures gone. New faces have taken their places. She's used to it by now, never showing a hint of hesitation. They are not humans in her eyes, but gears of the city. Let's start our morning meeting. Are all departments here? Everyone nods. No one sitting there ever thinks that their research at the time would lead to them down anything but a path of light. Lead them down anything but a path of light. They're fully AI. Yeah, the one Neurosama, right? The singing one. That one is fully AI. IA will be like AI. Hey, you don't know. Maybe he already is. The two sides of the corridors are lined with unlit laboratories. Equations written years ago still linger on the yellow-tinted whiteboards. Dried ink turns to dust with the slightest touch, flaking off from the boards. The empty offices are tidy and organized, as if waiting for the departed researchers to return and work. A thick layer of dust on the tables and the floor suggests that it has been a long time since someone last visited. There is but the slightest rustling of air in the ventilation ducts inside the data center. Serves gross Servers grow on the clean, smooth floor like cubic trees, unaware of the time that has passed. Only the red low wattage emergency lights are on. Dimly lit yellow arrows point at the evacuation route at the crossroads. There are no footprints. Everyone in the city vanished in one night, like Pompeii. Something's wrong. Vera frowns and says after searching a room. There is no one in the corridors and the rooms. The massive network of wires and pipes on the ceiling is still intact. There is no debris, no ruins, no bodies. It's clean. Nero, you mean Neuro? Is cool in my book. Everyone else too, though nah, I don't know everyone else, but I surely know they exist. IA is AI in my language. Yeah, it is. Our language. It is way too clean. Imagine remembering Pompeii. Nobody will forget Pompeii. What are you talking about, Rojak, bro? You take that back. The dark corridor extends forward, unending. You look back at where Vera and you came from. You have left behind two sets of clear footprints, as if trekking through dark brown snow. Footprints only our footprints are here. The prints are fairly level, meaning the thickness of the dust is similarly even. With that, you can infer that the city has not been disrupted since it was abandoned. No one has visited here, which is how the dust could pile up evenly. I might be a little bit impressed right now. The emergency lights are still on, which means emergency power and the electric circuits are still intact. The other facilities are likely functional as well. That doesn't make sense. This place is way too clean. Clean not in the sense that it is tidy and spotless, but that there is no evidence of this place having been infected by the punishing virus, huh? Jack is talking about guy jacking while Pompeii erupted. I mean... is that surprising? One more thing. One more thing indeed, there is no one here. She has not spelled it out, but you understand that what she meant was that there are no corpses here. What the hell happened to everybody? Did they all evacuate before the shit hit the fan? She mutters to herself. There would not have been supplies after the outbreak. I don't think so. Vera falls silent. You do not elaborate. Of course I don't. This kind of city was not designed to be self-sustaining from the beginning. If they had stayed here, they would have run out of food eventually. Neither of you is willing to continue this conversation. You have both realized that the truth might be too brutal for you. Silence returns between you, but it does not last as Vera draws her spear and destroys a large door nearby. What are you doing? Getting their attention, duh. There must be a large number of mechanoids and drones here to support a city this big. If the punishing virus has reached this place, then there must be corrupted here. But all the corrupted we encountered on our way here are outsiders arriving with the water. Maybe that was because we were on the outskirts of the city. Yet there are still no signs of corpses, battles, or corrupted here deep inside. If they have been hiding, now's the time to get them out of here. Out here. You would expose our location. We might get surrounded. That's what a commandant would think. Not me. Be honest with me. What is it that you sense the most strongly since you set foot here? What is it that you sense the most strongly since you set foot here? Do you know that sometimes your expression reveals everything even when you don't answer? You're scared. But have you considered what you're scared of? I'm not scared. Pompeii itself was watching what the guy watched? What? Don't elaborate, bro. The unknown. Fear of the unknown is the greatest fear of all. Once the enemies reveal themselves, that fear will go away. Instead of blundering around here blindly like a fly caught on a web, I'd rather hit the web, piece off the spider, and have it come to me. I don't understand. It's fine if you don't. It's like she knows. It's like she knows me, man. I'm not asking for your opinion. But your plan, it does not seem to work. It has been some time since Vera caused the commotion. You even chatter for a while, and the place is still eerily quiet. The broken door to the office looks like a scab under the red emergency light. Dusk. She turns toward the room next to her, the office of which she destroyed the door. Let's take a look inside. The desk and chairs in the room are orderly placed, and folders and files are still organized on the desk. Coffee mugs can be found next to some of the monitors, as if waiting for their owners to return. Nothing in the cups. Nothing in the fridge or the pantry either. The food is all gone. These all point to one thing. What? Not only was the city not infected after the punishing virus broke out, but it also remained operational for a period of time. No way. Did they take all the food and their to their hideouts? If so, where is the last place they stayed? Vera asks the two questions that have been bothering you since you have been here. You walk toward the largest desk in the office. The nameplate on it spells out its owner's names. Research Director, Lustrous. What a strange name. Vera so far read Valics' mind in the story 3 times. Is this a sign or something? Yeah, it's good writing, man. What a strange name. It is a strange name. Bro, she's so like me. But if this belonged to the research director, then there must be some intel we can use on this desk. Picking up a folder. Vera also starts searching the table. You accidentally hit a button and the projection screen on the desk lights up. Ooh. It has been a long time since it was last used, so the image and the sound are both fuzzy. You can only vaguely identify the projection as a blonde woman with blue eyes. It must be the research director, Lustrous. Twice have we disconnected with the mainland during the routine call. The communication director suggested breaking the confidential mandate and contacting them instead. I approved it. But there was no response. The communication director then suggested calibrating the comms to use the public frequency so we can receive news from the outside world. Again, that would go against the confidentiality mandate, but I still approved it. I'm glad that decision was not too late. The channels that still worked were all reporting the same warning. The punishing virus. They survived this. Valics locking in on the story? I mean... This chapter was reading pretty well so far. They claimed that it was a virus that appeared in the first 0-point reactor initially and spread to the whole world in an extremely short amount of time. So this is not where the things happened. The comms devices on the unresponsive channels are probably infected already. Atlantis was submerged during the beginning of the outbreak, so we didn't receive the news immediately. At the same time, that seemed to be why we escaped its wrath. While we still don't understand what the punishing virus is, we have decided to designate it as our highest priority, given the feedback we received. Based on what we know, we believe the punishing virus can infect a human body directly, and it is capable of taking over a mechanoid's mind. In which case, our base is in incredible danger as well. Therefore, our most urgent mission is to stop Atlantis from getting infected by the punishing virus. The logistics director reported that the next supply ship from the mainland would arrive soon. We tried to contact it when we saw it on the horizon, but instead of answering us through radio, they sent a signal flare. I didn't understand what it meant. The logistics director said it was asking for help. I ordered them to sink it. I couldn't risk bringing the virus into Atlantis. 4 submarines were monitoring the situation underwater outside the base. I ordered them to sink themselves. 2 obliged, while the other 2 tried to crash into the harbor. Our defense system took them down. It was corrupted. I hosted a brief meeting to hear the director's reports after taking care of these inconveniences. The decision we had to make during the meeting was simple. Where does Atlantis go from here? Not much effort was needed for us to come to an agreement. There were, however, some disputes when the message was passed down. Someone proposed that we should broadcast the nearby areas and take in refugees. I turned it down. The location of Atlantis cannot be revealed. We are not a refugee. We are not a refuge, and refugees might carry the punishing virus with them. Some suggested leaving the base immediately for the mainland to join the effort to save humanity. I also turned it down. A few drops of water won't extinguish the wildfire. Our researchers research, they don't save lives. I don't like this person. I reiterate my stance. Atlantis will not open itself again unless the warning on the punishing virus is dismissed. My answer was clear from the start. We'll continue our work and keep researching the zero-point reactor. I explained my reasons to my colleagues. Firstly, both the base and we are here to serve the reactor. Secondly, this base is powerless to save humanity. Thirdly, there is no better place to understand how the punishing virus came to be than Atlantis. I want humans to survive, so I must not let Atlantis fall. I've adjusted our research direction, trying to replicate the environment of the first reactor and find out where the virus came from. This is the closest thing we can do to save the world. The different reactors would routinely communicate their progress. I have a 2-month-old report from the first reactor and nothing else since. I can only hope that they didn't get too far. They? I should be working now instead of doing something as trivial as journaling. Not to mention that I've never done this before. The reason I'm doing this is that twice I asked myself, have I done the right thing? I said yes both times. My reasons and rationale were clear as always. My action was the logical conclusion. But it still feels wrong somehow. I once heard a saying that you should toss a coin when you can't make up your mind. If you want to toss it again, you have your answer. If you want to toss it again, you have your answer? Oh, yeah, makes sense. Which is why I usually ask myself this kind of questions once only. Still, I can't deny that this was the first time I tossed a coin twice. So I decided to record everything that happened today to remind myself that I've done everything right. Or will you? Will I? Will I what? I missed when you wrote that one, Rojack. The projection dissipates in the air after the record ends. Vera breaks the brief silence between you. And I thought the outcome would be different. They still chose the stupidest option. Stupidest. How mad must they be to try to replicate the first reactor? I know, right? Man, she's so smart. Maybe they deserve it when they wouldn't change after it had already blown up in their face. I guess the saying is true. The only thing that we learn from history is that we learn nothing from history. Vera is clearly teasing the researcher, but for some reason you can hear the self-mockery in her tone. I don't think they thought it was a lesson. Oh, that's fair. You're one of the president's lackeys after all. In other words, you don't think what you're going through is a lesson you should learn from, do you? What? Did I say something wrong? What's with the face? We both know you and Grey Raven defeated the Polyphage, and the Red Tide was destroyed with your help. Yet no one treated you like a hero. Instead, you are on the gallows, feared, questioned, strived, exploited. Stupidest. This is what I don't understand about you. You've seen the Parliament's true face. Why would you still be willing to risk your life for them? Damn, she's spitting. That's not what I'm doing. What are you doing? What are you doing then? What about? Oh my! I'm dodging the question. Answering a question with a question? How brazen of you! That won't work on me. I've never been someone who's virtuous. I disagree. If that was true, you wouldn't be so angry about all of this. Vera Vera, I know the parliament members aren't the saints they appear to be. But you still chose them. I didn't choose them. I choose humanity. He smiles. See, she shouldn't have like such a sincere smile. Like, what is this, bro? What is this? Is not Vera. Vera burst into a belly laugh. Unlike the mockery before, she really is laughing this time. She laughs. How do you say something so shameless with a straight face every time? And she laughs more. Exclamation mark. Was that funny? She laughs even more. Why don't you say it again and listen to yourself? I choose humanity. My god, how fascinating you are to say. How fascinating you are to say something like this so seriously. She finally stops laughing and recovers her piercing gaze. The next Vera frame has a very innocent smile. Bro, why? They retconned Vera? Good, I'll remember this. I hope you can still say something stupid like that when you see more true faces in the future. Look, like the text and her expression, they do not match. I'm gonna be honest. She's less unhinged, bro. She's hinged now. I'll try. I feel like I have to spell it out again so you understand why I said it was stupid. Say you light up a torch and find a detonating cord beneath your feet, leading to the dark in the distance. Shouldn't your first reaction be putting out the flame? You answer her question with a question again. Yeah, it's very innocent and wholesome smile. Like sarcasm. Sorry, I meant innocent like in quotes. And you, would you put it out? The same trick won't work twice. I just don't think you're someone who'll extinguish a flame. Maybe. Alright, we reached the 2-hour mark, so that's enough for today. We have a 9 out of 27, so this is gonna be a long chapter, huh? 48%, we did a half. Probably we'll finish it next Tuesday. Oh, clearance progress, 14 out of 49. Really? Not, it's... Why does it say 14 out of 49? By the way, Caesar made that you wanted to try before is now available in training. Caesar made. Oh, that one. Right. Yeah, I'll skip on that. Why does it say here clearance progress 14 out of 49? I don't understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 13. I did only 8 nodes. It's counting hidden, that's why, but still I didn't do 14 nodes. I did only like 8 nodes. Know what I mean? And I understand like 48%, so we reached the mid of the normal one. That's why here it says 29, and in the chapter itself it says 49. Surviving Lucem is next. Yeah, make sure to tune in next time, bro, but I'm tired now. What's this? Collaboration concerto? Shark Spear is coming, roar roar. Shut up, man. Warns me. What's this? Is this Tetris, bro? It is Tetris. Ow. Nope, chapter 16 is the prologue of surviving Lucen. Lucen is next. As in next chapter, then that will be really long and really good. Also really dark. You really think that's gonna be darker than Silent Hill F, don't you? Combo. That's it? Lost? I already have SSS. Darker than Silent Hill, that's chapter 20. I didn't say Silent Hill, I said Silent Hill F. Yo. Cool. It is for people that already finished the story. I don't deserve to play this. What did I get here? He's keeping tabs on all your hard work. Hey, thanks, man. I don't think I used stamina. Hold up. Pretty far. So far, chapter was pretty good. I feel like they're changing Vera from a psychopath manic into a simple tsundere, which I don't think I really like. But I guess it's more healthier for the game that way. What else? What do you want from me here? Hey, we can still get cards for her. What do you want from me? You only have one tsundere, it's our Karenina. Karenina is just a spoiled kid. I even forgot her interlude. But Vera is like, you really think I will care about you? And then saves your ass and like, woman, make up your mind. Remember Vera killing Tifa in cold blood while she was in an incubator or something? I remember. How do I make this disappear? I can't. I hate gachas, bro. This. Alright, right. Decatur. Huge Caesars.
My shoulders feel heavier now. More than a tire should account
Yo,
for.
cool mask. Why she has a dog mask? She also from Cerberus?
My shoulders feel heavier now. More than a tire should account for.
Okay.
I've become more
Measurement.
agile. A garment may take.
Don't worry, Vera kills stuff. Top right. What top right? He's crazy, that's why. The dog mask? He's crazy? The scissor lady is crazy, bro? Anybody sane in this game? Like only the Grey Ravens are sane, bro. Alright. I think that's enough.
I'll give you one.
If you will play her, you will understand. Yeah, maybe next some other time. But now I dip, bro. Remember to rest, guys. Resting is productive. I swear. I need to try it sometime too. Here's my heart to you, and help. Can't wait to go back to Silent Hill F.